Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for the All Arsenal show this week. As you can see, I'm joined by Bez again. How you doing, my friend? This is a bit of a considering results. It's a bit upbeat for some reason. I can't think why.
I wonder why it's you as well. I wonder back to back weekends seeing the ladies as well. I'm thinking, yeah, I wonder why we were very upbeat about it as well.
Oh dear. How have you been anyway? Had a
Let
good
me
day?
let me just say cheers to that first of all. Despite the results, despite the certain villain of the pantomime, shall we say, I've been pretty well. You know, being out with decent people, spending some quality time with my family, reflecting back of this so-called villain of late. He's been a villain before I say anything else. He's been a bit of a
Hmm.
villain. Let's put it that way. So let's talk about let's even the men's side of things as well. Let's talk about tonight. I guess a lot of things.
Yeah. You know what? We'll come on to the England side of things because I will touch on that. It's big breaking news here in England. It's not the England national managerial job has been vacated as of about an hour ago. In the last hour, so we'll get onto that in a bit. But first and foremost, let's touch on it. Big breaking news this morning about was it about half nine, 10 o'clock this morning. Jonas resigned from his
Yes.
post with immediate effect. To be honest, from my point of view, after, I spoke to Liam on Sunday evening, and he was on the same mindset. If it was going to happen latest Monday, if it didn't happen on Monday, we both thought he's been given more leeway, more rope, if you will, to hang himself against our opponents tomorrow in West Ham on Sunday. And then, as I say, yesterday came and went. I was like, okay, it is what it is. They're going to give him these two games. He's going to pull something out of his backside. They're going to justify keeping him on for even longer. Fantastic. And then the news came this morning. As I say, it was like I actually, and I said in one of the group chats I'm in the by voice note. When the news started coming through for the group chats, I was like, no, it can't be. When the next time I saw it, I actually jumped like it was a goal. I actually celebrated like it was a goal that we scored to win the Champions League.
Oh
I
man.
was that relieved and happy that this situation's come to an end, so to say. Um, so and then as the day has gone on, you're getting people go. You've got people in the media going, playing the devil's advocate, going, I was really shocked. I didn't expect this. He's a really good man at his job. If he's a good man. If he's a good at his job, he wouldn't be in this situation. Put it that way. But like I said about an hour ago, and I think it's the our group chat that we're both in. The fact that was it no, it's my actual. I think it might be my channel group. One of the two. I mean, so many I can't keep up. The fact that no player since the announcement has come out via their social medias, like you always see, no matter what the situation is with Mourinho and all that years gone by, Solskjaer, Emery when he was got rid of from Arsenal, the players would always those players come out in support. Oh, sorry, boss. Good, best luck and all that. I've not seen one message from any single person member of our squad. Sorry,
Nothing. No.
that speaks for me.
Everyone.
That speaks volumes of what I've been ramming home for the last couple of weeks. That I think for me the nail in the coffin for him was the Viv situation. Again, they're telling us some. They've told us a story and whatever. And like I said on Sunday during the watch along, the players will know exactly what went down, the ins and outs. The best, especially Biff for Beth, sorry, because he's with Viv off pitch and all that. They date for anyone that doesn't know. We live under a rock. Um, and yeah, and then you watch the game, as I say, on Sunday, and he was fighting with everyone. He's fighting with Rene, his assistant now into him. He's having fights with her apparently. He was digging out when the second goal went. He's calling Beth over and only digging her out and causing fights with her. He bravely took on Katie McCabe. I'm surprised he survived that one. Um, and then that full time whistle after once he eventually got everyone in that huddle, the little huddle thing they do it in every game. And the thing is, I didn't notice this until after I went off air and I saw the footage going around. It seemed to me that he was resigned to getting sacked there and then. Because it was like he got everyone around, and it was like he was digging out players. For me, from my eyes, from the angle I saw, it was like he was purposely saying stuff like he wanted me looking towards particular certain ways. Well, this is what you've done. Well done. I'm going to take this now, and he just literally and he did the all hands in and whatever. And instead of going with the girls to thanks the fans, he's off down the tunnel again. By the way, second week in a row he's done that, down the tunnel again. And then as I'm obviously this news is close, so I've had to sort of thumbnail now, and I'm looking through images and this that, and then one of the images I came across was from the club itself, where they took a photo of him giving that speech and all that, and the amount of staff and players that are giving him dirty look. Like if looks to kill, he'd be dead. Put it that way. So there's something clearly going on. Again, we're not being made aware of. But yeah, to say I'm relieved, I was relieved this morning is an understatement. But I'll get your thoughts. I've gone on a bit now, so I'll get your thoughts on this news and the whole situation.
First of all, I'll say to you, I've been back to back because I won that Saturday. I managed to call the day off, sadly, of work. But I felt like the Everton game, fine. As we said, no plan A, no plan B, no plan C. We can see that. Greetings to you, because I don't know everyone who that person is. Just sadly, yeah. So with Everton happens, be like fine. The Chelsea one just seems he's just deluded. He was just like, I hate to compare him to Emery, but he was just that Chelsea game. He just switched off. He just gave up. You can see again, no plan A. The plan B didn't work. What we tried to do when he tried to, as you say, to rally his troops, to pull them to one side, to do the blame game, and plus as well. Beth Mead was playing to her 200th game, if I'm correct, on Saturday. Yet, I didn't see anything that he let her have the spotlight on her. Sadly not, because I know for a fact he doesn't like that. Himself as well being a coward, as you say. I was unaware the Everton one, he ran off in the tunnel bus Sunday, and I think because I was sitting with our group, Lottie and all them lot. The man, I just got told, look, the man just legged it as if I said to you in the beginning, like pantomime villain, like Jafar pretty much. I'll confirm to Jafar right now. Literally, you know what? My time is up. I'm out of here. Then the interview was just disgusting. Yes, you can talk about the club. Yes, you can talk about the players. Hold on a minute, I want to say, mate. Yes, you're the manager. As I said to you the other week, he's Scandinavian. Where is you in all this crap? Where is you in this so-called debacle? That's what it felt like, For me, just felt disgusting, man. I was like, fine, Everton, as I said to you, I can forgive in some way what he'd done. Fair enough. The team was on the right place of mind. And don't remember the Bayern Munich game. I watched the highlights. That was disgusting as well. No tactics, no nouns, no panache. Was it panache, as Danny Murphy says for us men's when describes that word? The ladies were Sunday in corners, in the set piece situations. We look dreadful. Not their fault. We got a manager who can't manage his own players, his own staff base, who delegate, who controls that, who controls this. I'm just thinking, for the life of me, what's going to happen? Besides the obvious news, this morning as well, and I woke up as well. I'm still trying to, process it now. He's out of here. Thank goodness for that. He walked away from a job technically. There's a game tomorrow, someone said there's a game tomorrow. He could have had a little send-off tomorrow, and he could have said, thank you very much, guys. I'm done. I'm out of here. But no, him being a chicken as he showed his true colours on the weekend. I keep Sunday as well in mind for some reason. I just feel it's disgusting how he just thinks you had a tenure. It wasn't maybe that bad, but he made it toxic. He made everyone go against himself. The clan, the fans, the players, the coaching staff, he say, if it's true what's going around. But I mean, at least by tomorrow, could at least, I think we play. If I'm correct, we play tomorrow. If I'm correct, the ladies.
Tomorrow night, 8:00 kickoff, and then the girls on the West Ham on Sunday away.
He could have at least, could have had a little send-off to say, thank you very much, guys. Clap away the fans. Thank you for those, 2.5 years. More like dismal 3 years, because, it feels like 3 years now. And what do I say? What do I... what they're onto, because I feel when I have a moment as well to savor, to say, look, I can't even thank him really, as we used to say with Emery. Emery sadly left a bit of a memory when it came to the men's. We had that little moment, sadly, when that comparison side of thing. But with Jonas, it just feels like, what did you do, man? Well, what did you achieve beside those 2 League Cups? For one, I was already at the cup final, the 2020, 2023 when I was there.
23, yeah.
Yeah, I was the one against Chelsea, the 4-1, if I'm right. We looked good. Somehow last year again, ironically the same team, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And then he just throws these toys out the pram like a baby, as he does, and just, you can see yourself start sulking and moody and then start losing respect in the dressing room, and then everyone just went anti-Jonas. Long story short.
Yeah, I mean, Canterbury says in the chat, pretty sure the ladies will smash for that Angler tomorrow. Well, it's more likely, yeah, just to prove a point now. Let's prove it wasn't them, it was him holding us back, and all that malarkey. But I bet hope so, because obviously if they don't, it's not going to look good on them. So I'll get onto that in a bit. But it's like you mentioned doing Naomi then. As you were talking, I was thinking this is almost if he'd seen it through till tomorrow, this would have been a mirror image of how Emery ended, because obviously at the league game with Emery at Southampton, the 2-2 draw, Lacazette scoring that last minute equaliser, and literally players not celebrating, fans weren't celebrating, and there was an atmosphere at the club at the time. And I remember, we all remember how going into the then Europa League that a few days later on the Thursday, it was weird building up to it. And then on the night itself, fans were not turning up. So I literally was meant to be in block 25. I ended up being literally beyond the bench and all that. And something, we knew something was coming. Something big was coming if we didn't get a result that night, because every media outlet you could think of parked their cameras and themselves and got comfy in the technical box for kickoff. And as I say, the atmosphere as well was weird. And it was almost, if everyone has to tell that till tomorrow, it would have been, I think, very similar. Obviously, everyone, all eyes at the Emirates. Can Jonas pull something out the bag, or will he flop again? And I think if he had held out and we had messed up tomorrow night, I think the club would have had their hands full before Sunday, just to pull the plug on him and pay out basically. But look, it is what it is. Yeah, he won us 2 League Cups in just over 3. Yeah, because he came in 2021. Not a joke. Yeah, midst of the pandemic, so it's all a bit weird at the moment. It's about just over 3 years. This is his 4th season he was going into. But like I said, was it last week? This was the Ten Hag of Arsenal women, basically, of the women's game, where a manager's in charge for so long, he shouldn't be seeing the issues we were seeing. And yeah, because you can argue, people will argue, oh yeah, the girls came out in the second half and gave it something and tried, but you can't. Only they will know if that's either personal pride themselves, respectively, or they actually wanted to play for him. I personally think if they were playing for him, we would have scored an equaliser at the very least on Sunday. It was like they're doing their bit to show the fans they still do care about the club. But again, we won't know. Only they will know. Another thing that obviously went about Sunday as well was the social media posts or the interviews from an interview from Beth Mead, the social media post where it's misspelt in Leah Williams's on Leah Williams's point of view. They've not really covered themselves in glory, so I was saying, and obviously because of how Beth, I don't know if you watched the video, how Beth worded her comments after the game at the door of the Emirates site. She then had to come out last night and apologise and actually say, no, this is what I actually meant. That we understand the ones that come to the games, that we appreciate you, So it still felt like he was having a dig at people who don't go to every single game and things like that. But do you think the players also they felt a bit of this pressure and they thought maybe some of this booing and this aggression from the fans, if you will, was being aimed at them more than the manager?
Possibly, yeah, because the Everton one felt subdued. As I told you, it was not even half full, shall I say in English now. Yet Sunday was 40,000. Yes, it's a London derby, but the girls said in this respect, we're not booing directly at them because it was sloppy. And the first goal, first and foremost, is just disgusting. The way the team was coordinated, Ryan, and for every Arsenal fan around the world who's probably watching this, there's nothing that tells me as a football fan, surely the manager can tell them, without me sounding aggressive, because obviously I'm always back to myself. You can see I can speak a bit more clearly now. I just felt on Sunday, where was his coach to tell Jonas? Danger, Noonan, red flag. There's a dangerous play coming. Ramirez, for example, yes, she's a bit of a, I won't say the word cheater. She's not a cheater, sadly, even though she went down a few times. Yes, she went down, blah, blah, blah. But she's looked dangerous. Why not someone tell Jonas, pull him by the jacket or by the ear or by the hair, what he's got left after Sundays, or the weekend? You can see she's dangerous. For God's sake, shield her, press her. Okay, I won't say to foul her because that means sounding nasty if I say foul her. At least shield her so she goes nothing to do nothing. Yet we just switch off, she makes you go out of nothing. The second one, I think, was a corner, right? Again,
Yeah.
I'm like, have you not done your lesson, you stupid man? Because I had a kid near our school. So one of the guys who's nothing, David. I don't know if you know a guy called David in our Arsenal family as well. His daughter was around. I couldn't swear. I told G and Lottie, can I swear in the stadium? And I told me, sorry, but when we sat as just above Jonas, I think technically it's a family section. So like, contain yourself now. Don't swear. Don't say anything too much vulgar, as I did in the last one. I just thought to myself, first one, unforgivable. Second one was literally like a circus clown defense. We just switched off, and Jonas is like, I don't know what to do. And then you know what to do. And then somehow something clicks into gear, we get a lucky goal. And there's me thinking, maybe we can make a draw, which will revive this depleted squad. As again, you felt like the Emirates tenure, like simply the squad was there. They can sense the crowd is against them. Sadly, it is football. It is like a bit like the gladiator, like Roman Colosseum type thing, I should say to you. And I was there, back to back for the first time for the ladies. And God knows, I've never been, I think, back to back as far as for the ladies. For the men's, I've been, I think. And I was there for Emirates games a few times. I'll get to that in a bit. I don't want to jump across too much for that. But I'll talk for the ladies for meantime. But I just felt hurt, like simply the ladies pulled your goal back. You can see how well I think Caitlin Ford made the lucky goal, if I'm correct, right?
Well,
So I feel like
Ford, yeah.
like he didn't utilize her. Yeah, he didn't utilize her. Yet he throws all his, how can I say, all his pellets of his gun. Like, just get out there, shoot, girls, do your thing. I saw some of that, but something tells me, as you said earlier, before I forget, I just felt like you telling me now, him as a manager didn't utilize him in his bench. He froze Blackstenius, he froze in Frida. I'm thinking, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, he'll actually, he probably thought in his head again, he's Arteta. He's still thinking he's Arsene Wenger. Like, he's gonna throw all the strikers out there, all the firepower in there. I'm thinking, surely he knows that defensive unit, which is first of all the midfield. Sadly, that had no protection, nothing there. Leah Williamson, credit to her passion, back and forth, non-stop. Emily Fox again, credit to her again, looked lively. Katie McCabe, I swear to God, for me, from 1 minute, I thought she was going to just smack someone. She looked angry, let me put
Because
it
every
this way.
game for Kate McCabe, to be honest.
Yeah, you can feel it, right? I'm sure
Yeah.
you're watching it, son, because sadly I need to do some watch-alongs with you at some point if I get a chance. I just felt like, for the life of me, Katie, thank you, God, you exist for us. Same with Beth. She's pumped up. Her partner got disowned, shall I say, by a manager. Her basically teammate got disowned by the certain manager, that's Jonas. Yet, even Alessia Russo, sadly for her, no crosses, no desire to give her any any material, any width, any firepower. It's like literally you load in a cannon, but there's no gunpowder
Yeah,
to shoot the friggin' before the water shut down.
cannon
Before
out,
well, not yet, Ryan, because the wine probably told having some wine a bit
cannonballs
is a
out.
bit
Yeah,
strong. Yeah, literally like let's find a cannon. There's in our cannon, which I just bought this in see from the '89 collection. I'm like, but where's the gunpowder? You giving this girls a cannon to fire the fucking, excuse my language now, I'm a bit too early to say,
yeah,
as you
it's
said,
fine.
but
It's 18 minutes.
to
It's not
fire,
too
yeah,
bad.
to fire the cannon, but there's no gunpowder. I'm thinking, are you okay in the head, you stupid man? What?
This was sort of sorry. This sort of come in there because you mentioned Frida Martin. When that first sub came in, I saw Frida coming on. I was like, I'm sat there. People that was in the chat that were watching on with me. I was like, they can back me up here. I said that was the wrong sub for me. The game wasn't screaming for me. The game wasn't screaming for Frida to come on. It was screaming for an Alicia, no, Alicia Russo's on the bench, Stina Blackstenius and Rosa to come on. Someone like Rosa that comes on, gets the ball and drives forward, and will run at that midfield and defence and ask questions, and someone by doing what she does, Russo can thrive off of, because this is my main gripe with Jonas for the last 12 months since because he was hell bent he wanted Russo in the first place, and we eventually did get it last summer. He never adapted his way of his tactics or at any point to suit her. It was, I know what you're capable of, but you're going to bend your skills to my will, basically. And if you don't, oh well, basically, we're going to persist until it works. And that was a frustrating thing for me, that he never wanted to basically just adjust his tactics, make tweaks to himself to get the best out of the players that he had, like Russo. Russo doesn't. Players like Russo and Stina shouldn't be having to come flying deep into midfield to get the ball, to bring it into play, bring others into play, then get herself back in position, try and get herself back in position, hoping her teammates hold the ball in time, so they've got something to pass to. And that shouldn't be the case. They should be, as a striker, up top, get involved a bit, but don't, but be in their position, ready for that ball to come to them, and try and create something, be it a crossing or ball to foot or whatever. And he's just never done that. And the irony is, I say never done that. As I say, there's 3 times this calendar year in 2024 where he's played a formation where it plays Stina and Russo at the same time, and it benefited them both, and we benefit the team because then everyone's getting playing in natural positions, but they're being able to play to their best abilities as a unit, and we looked more stronger and more aggressive to the opposition. It was causing more problems, but and everyone else saw it, but straight away he'd go, next game, right, back to my formation that I love, the tactics that I want to play. Right, Stina, you're on the bench. 9 times out of 10, it was Stina on the bench getting sacrificed. 9 times out of 10. Russo, you're starting, and just repeat, rinse, repeat and rinse, repeat and rinse. And it's really frustrating for me because it's taken away a lot from what Russo can give us and Stina. And we're seeing with Beth coming back, she's just since she's been back from the ACL, we've been having glimpses of her best form, but not consistent enough. And again, with an ACL, you kind of understand it, and especially on a big pitch like the Emirates as well. I think I saw it at the weekend. She's not really at the moment at full speed fitness wise, in my opinion, because she just, I don't know, she just doesn't look like she's been told to hold back and not run, place it and run at the defence like she used to do, like she used to put prior to the ACL. But and we all know of ACLs. We saw it with Hector Bellerin and Rob Holding years ago when they got their ACLs. The pace they did have, they started losing when they came back, and maybe that's happening with Beth. We don't know. But at the same time, she can still offer us something. We've seen she can still do it, but it was like she was being held back and the reins are being pulled in. It's, and I think Kim Little, she's our captain. She's been back. I think this season itself, she's been thrown on the bus in the sense of we know she's coming to the end of her playing career at some point in the next year to 18 months or whatever. Yet she's starting more games than she should be, in my opinion. And it's like the rotation. Another thing that it done him in the end. He wasn't happy to rotate. He was playing as Kim Little. Like for example, this season, it's been clear that Kim Little's not to speed at the moment. She's not fully with it in terms of whatever he was asking from that midfield. She wasn't her normal self in that setup. And instead of just bringing her out, easing her back in, and basically playing out a Leah Vorti alongside Cooney Cross, or Cooney Cross with Catherine Krul, or Catherine with Leah, he's persistent with Kim and running her into the ground, but in the same time, taking minutes away from players that could have come in, potentially take the job really, and sort of strengthen that midfield a bit. So there's glaring things there that need to be addressed. Is my point, but he never wanted to address them. And I don't get why. And the club, with all due respect, I know they didn't sack him in the end, from what they're telling us, but they did back him this summer. They backed him, even though I've listened to another podcast today, Ars Blog, about an hour ago, and the host on there was he was heavily informed that Jonas at the end of last season was told he needed to have a good start this season. Things needed to change this season. Yet they still heavily backed him with players they brought in. They did it last year, so it's not like he's been like with Unai he had the excuse of I was a coach and I was asking players I wanted, but I was getting X, Y, and Z, Pepe's and the Torres and all that. He was actually getting players, whereas Jonas is actually getting the players he wanted. And the squad, I keep saying it, the squad is stronger now. It's a better squad in terms of what he's left us, but compared to when he walked in the door, when he walked in the door, we had a good squad, but it's got better. It's a stronger unit now. It's just been mismanaged basically by Jonas. But I don't know what else to say on that. But Matthew says the team lacks pace in general. Our ladies are being outrun. Yes, again, in terms of Beth, I mentioned Beth already in terms of ACL. There could be a situation where it's now the pace side of things is having an effect. She might have lost a bit of a pace because of the surgery and all that. We don't know until she gets a run of games and gets to play away that she once was playing before the ACL situation. Caitlin's never been blessed with pace, with all due respect. She's a fast player, but it's not pacey. And neither our strikers are blessed with pace. They are just out and out goal scoring strikers. They get the ball when they have the shots and all that. So I can't really speak about Rosa's if she's got any pace. We haven't seen her in a competitive game. We've not seen her actually play in a competitive game, with all due respect. So I can't really judge her on her pace. As I mentioned, Kim's not getting any younger to come to the end of her career. But again, that's something they should have addressed then. That really is something they should have addressed. We know Beth ACL all sides, she needed cover. Have they gone and got that competition? I don't think they have, but this is the squad he wanted. So until January at least, obviously we've got Rene for the next 2 games at the very least. If they were to hire someone over the international break, it's down to them to get us through till January, and then we start looking at who they might want to this squad and who's not going to be part of the plans come the summer. But no, again, players aren't immune to criticism. Individual players have been poor. Let's not get it twisted, Russ. But we've got to call it a spade at the same time. This is one thing that's really grinded my gears in these last couple of weeks is other people on other podcasts or on social media that have a certain sport men and women have a certain standard of Arteta. They're heavy Arteta about. He has to go. He's not the right man for the job. Yet Jonas wins 2 League Cups, and that's okay apparently. Where's that for me does my head in because it's great having them League Cups are great days out. It's silverware, but out of the 4 trophies we can win in a normal season, it's the lowest one of the 4. We're fucking Arsenal. Vic Akers spent 30 years building the legacy that he built to the point where he won all 4 in one season. I'm not sitting here going, "Oh, the League Cup, A Cup's a cup and all that." When it comes to the Arsenal, men or women, league, I want the league title for both, obviously, and go deep in the Champions League, win the FA Cup. This is another thing. We all criticise Arteta for not going deep in the FA Cup. In terms of I think now last season he got 4th round. The year before that was 3rd round, and the year before that was 5th round. He's not got to a semi-final in terms of these full seasons where he's come in and he's had the whole campaign himself, and he hasn't come part way through near the end because of COVID and all that. When he first survived, he had to manage us through a bloody semi-final and a final, basically, which Joe got us all the way to that semi-final, by the way, before he had to leave the season before. Because of COVID, it all got moved into the previous season. In terms of his own full seasons, respectively, he never got to a semi-final or final in his own full seasons in terms of the FA Cup. And the last 2 were, as I say, 3rd and 4th round. That's not good enough. Especially when we're having poor seasons like we were in the league domestically, and last season we wasn't even in Europe. People, Matthew mentions in the chat, so actually Palova is a massive miss. Don't get me wrong, but again, we've known the Palova situation since start of June when it happened. He's had if it was that big of an issue for him, and he believed that's going to be a big issue to fill a void for the whole season, he should have gone and got someone to fill her spot for the season, at the very least.
You know, I'll touch on something you're saying as well, and I'll link it with something I have in my head as well. First and foremost, he didn't learn his lesson from the Everton game at all. You can see he didn't learn anything from it. And I mean, as a football fan right now, that acted as an example, as you mentioned, he's there. Yes, his cup run's one of the greatest, which we want to see do on the cup run, especially for the youngsters, for the up-and-coming, youth, as we call it now. But for me as well, I saw on Sunday that clearly he didn't learn his Everton. Also, as well, he didn't have the guts to tell the girls, have a pop. I was having girl fans, male fans, young kids even next to me, have a pop, have a shot. What are you doing there? What are you doing there? Literally, you have young fans who can see the game better than the manager, surely in his tablet. Again, as I told you, the tablet, his so beloved tablet.
Yeah.
Again, I'm trying to look at it. They literally look dead. The screen just look dead. They look more active this time, sadly, in his last game. But me as a football fan, sitting there in the game thinking, oh my God. So you can see the girls brought you back to 1-2, half the difference. Yes, you bought a League Cup, as you say. Yes, Arteta has not had a good cup run in the circumstances given. Yes, Arteta has won that cup, as just taken over Emirates, sadly, from a team that is inherited. But Arteta has learned how to behave as a manager, has learned to understand the meaning of what it means to be a manager of a club that you play for, and what it means for this fan base, you say, this beloved club that I just want to see that message. Okay, fair enough. That you see, even if I'm correctly saying, because I'm still trying to get all the ladies' footballers' name right, but the Mariona's one Sunday, sadly, and I'll give her credit. She looks so lively, wrong position.
Yeah.
She's going up and down. I'm thinking, man, can't be just her own. Kim Little is a bit like, what's his name, near the end of his tenure. For example, I'm not saying she's worse than him, but El Neni. When El Neni played football, when there's Shaka next to him, he was world class. Sorry, Rio Ferdinand. That's how it goes. When you have a good player, it makes you even greater. Kim Little on Sunday, again I saw, yes, she's our captain. She had no one on her side to tell her, I got you. I'm your wingman on your side. I'll back you up. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. We complement each other's skill set. For 1 second on Sunday, thought, go to the game. This stupid man, that's Jonas, as we know, he's a bit stupid. Again, the pantomime villain. I just thought on Sunday, when is he going to learn this? On the every game, it did not work. It didn't work at all. And sadly for me, I was like just sitting down the game again. My folded again, sadly, Ryan, and to everyone involved in this. I was like, for the life of me, what is going on with this team that clearly does not click? Because you see, we have the potential. We have a superstar, Alessia Russo. I know, and people will say, I'll talk openly about her because I do like her as a person and as a human being and as a footballer. She's gracious. She's wonderful. Same as Beth. But first, I'll talk about Alessia Russo. She's like Saka. You gave the superstar no service on Sunday for 2 weeks in a row. So 2 weekends in a row. She can't deliver. Like, she could do nothing. She could do no wrong. I mean, what's she supposed to do? She just go up and down, drain her, make her feel sick. You see today in the pre-match training for tomorrow, they go a little bit more subdued, yes. A little bit more calmer, yes. From us on the photo, sadly, because a picture speaks 1,000 words, as we say now. But one thing I don't get is his management skills, and I've said this the other week to you as well. He showed to me on Sunday he had no ability to control his, how can I say, his communication even. He paused the girls, he had a little huddle. Was it the huddle thing just after the second half, 50, 60 minutes when another injury happened to one of the goalkeepers or the Chelsea player, Ramirez, if I'm correct? I was like, so you had the so-called discussion back and forth, whatever he said, Ryan, or whatever was said, because only he was delegating this thing, no one else. He just seemed to be doing his finger pointing, like me, you. Like la-di-da, here we go again. Literally, I felt it, we got the goal. Okay, I told the group around me, if we can get a second goal, might change the game. I'll take a point, fair enough, back-to-back weekends. But I'll say this as well again. He showed to me on Sunday. I know, again, people say, he's gone, guys, get over it. Technically, we're reviewing his mindset. And in any way, shape, or form, I don't compare him to Arsenal men coach, sadly, but his way of thinking, it wasn't right. You can see he could not delegate a simple task to a player what to do. You put Kimmy Little by herself, no backup. You have Leah Williamson going up and down the channels. She can't do it by herself. Also as well, you have a goalkeeper who likes to play from the back. Utilize it. Like, you're telling me one thing, right? You tell me one thing. She can do a free kick from there, or she can swing her foot to kick the ball upfield. Yes, for some reason, something felt like they stopped right in the middle of the pitch. And there you have it. Who is there to block all these so-called tactics? It's him, because the girl wanted to fire forward. They know the defense is all right if it's the right width or the right control. But again, also on Sunday, you had a team who was there for the taking. Chelsea didn't look that good, sadly, but we made them look good. And that had me thinking, okay, yes, it's a London derby. Yes, we hate each other's guts, bragging rights, sadly. Both capital clubs. And I see the next day as well, media saying, oh, they painted the city blue. I'm thinking, for the God's sake, it's not even end of the season. Like, grow some, But what upset me the most is literally waking up on Monday, / even today, after thinking about it after he's gone. And it felt like almost waking up again on Sunday and waking up again today. I was like, oh my God. You tell me one thing now. So you go back to 1-2. You clearly could have told the squad, okay, this is my plan. We need to have a structure. We need to have some dynamic that will click this dynamo into gear. Or this bicycle. It literally felt like a bicycle or a motorbike that didn't have any oils until that week. The girl was not drilled again. I'm sorry, but they were not drilled to attack at the will. Again, the freedom of the pitch, as I said to you before, and I keep saying again, for me, this man never let the girls have freedom. And I'll say it when I get to speak maybe another podcast in the future, when I speak about Jonas again. And I'll say this man never let the girls have freedom of the pitch. The Arteta's for the men's. You see how Martinelli's playing. Different beast. Saka is going another level this season. Hopefully Havertz comes back even stronger if it's not a strong injury. Hopefully Odegaard same way, because for a fact we're doing well with them. And again, this is me talking now, bit both sides, if you don't mind me jumping across. But again, Arteta has the ability to control the players' emotions, tell them, control yourself, I got your back. But then you have this stupid man now who would never have seen defend his players. I need to see this Bethlehem video you mentioned after this pod. I forgot about to see it. I think I heard about it.
Let's see if I can find it. I think retweeted it at the time. While you're chatting, I'll have a look through it once.
Yeah, because I've been a bit quiet on social media the last few days, but sadly, I just really want to use it maybe to say something because I feel like even Beth, you can see on Sunday, something didn't feel right because you had the 200 cap for her. Why didn't you tell Kim Little you just back off for a minute for one day? Let Beth me be the captain. Why would not just give her the captain for the day? Like Arteta does when he does shift captains around. Even that didn't get. Yes, Kimmy Little's get on a bit, but surely give her some backup. Give her some protection. Even Sunday can see someone ready to whack her and just give her a good old injury and just say, you know what, Kimmy Little, thank you very much. You've done your piece for football. Get out. And it just felt sad, to see on Sunday. You can see her as a captain was just felt off. It was just very sad to see after what we've been through, the girls.
Yeah, I found it by the way. I'm just looking, going to share on the screen now. But it's just from Leif, the Arsenal journalist. He's also an Arsenal fan. I'm a big screen here.
I remember this huddle.
Yeah,
this is in the before the hour break, isn't it?
this is before. Yeah, he's got them all basically for all the listeners as well. Basically, got a video up now. I'm going to play in a sec, but basically, this is where Jonas has got all the staff, all the players around in this huddle and the centre circle, and he's saying whatever he's saying. Basically, at the full-time whistle after the game. Usually some special speech, well done, all God luck, this and the other. It's just watch it for the ones that can watch it. Watch this and tell me what vibe you're getting from it.
I will. I'll observe Fred before I say anything. Can I just jump in and say what the fuck was that? Because you can already see the beginning. It makes it all by him and just by him only. And then as soon as the group breaks up, he goes his way. Yes, if I'm correctly saying, the first person that comes out our left of the screen is, if I'm correctly saying, is Beth Mead doing her thing, of course, because she feels hurt. Yeah. No one cared. You can see no one even nodded their head to acknowledge because you can really see there's just lost respect for him. I just feel like you can see in that video enough. No one said, "What the fuck are you doing, mate? Why now?"
There's like ones. Let's go back to the things I can point it out. But it's like the staff, always staff here, and the far furthest from the screen, and it's been recorded. They even before they put their hand in, like, some of them in the gilet and all that. Was like, do we go now? Do we stay? What do we do? And
yeah, especially those two at the front. Yeah, those two ladies at the front are like, "What the hell do we do?" You can see already. What the hell do we do, mate? What do we do with ourselves?
Yeah.
Hopeless. I'm sorry, Ryan, if I'm cutting you off, because I feel like since my voice is back, I feel like I can be more myself. But I just feel like not watching that video, observing it more like, he's telling me as a football fan, he's telling me simply I am the big boss. You're nobody. You're below me. I control this no matter what. But if I was Edu should step in and say, mate, look at Arteta's prime example. Arteta is growing as a manager. He talks with his heart in his sleeve. He talks as a man who's been here as a club as a player. Yes, he's seen it all, yes. He was not there for long. But for the life of me, surely as a director of football, that Edu is, just tell him, sometimes you need to have delegates who will back you up. You need to have someone by your side who will be your main coach, your side tactician, your analysts, as they exist now, as you know, in this day and age, who read the game to a different level. Or even someone who knows the club inside out. Yet he's not willing to accept. We've got an extra guest, I see. I don't know this guy.
Oh, this is Sam.
It's fine.
I'm John Cena, actually, because you can't see me.
Yes, John Cena. Yes, John Cena. Please, you talk now, Sam, because I think I've said enough myself.
Nah, you know what? Before I do, I just gotta make sure I look good.
Wait, just do the hair be like Jonas. Fix your hair to be like Jonas. Oh God, there you go.
There we go.
That's better.
Now we're about to go 2002 thugonomics around about this. Yeah, we got to go old school. You understand? So
Oh,
Do your
Ryan,
thing,
I'm
Sam.
on
Do
your
your thing.
show. I'm about to show some flow. I'm about to get this place some dough.
Yes, Jonas. Yes, please. More of that, please, Jonas.
Call me Jonas Adval. 3 losses in a row.
oh,
It's
God.
time to go. You're getting replaced. It was no fate. Your favorite is Gareth Southgate.
Oh
Oh,
God,
God.
no, no, no.
I'd rather Jonas back, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, Sam, you're not bad. You was at the game on Sunday. You travelled all the way down from the Midlands
Uh,
where you are and all that. And
yeah.
Oh, that's some journey,
What?
mate.
yeah,
It was a good laugh though. I ain't gonna lie. It was actually a good laugh. Especially the first goal was honestly funny.
I'm just talking about it as well, but you talk now. I don't know to interrupt you, but please you talk about it and I'll jump in
I
at
don't
the
know
end.
why, but I was watching it like I don't know why, but it was just like how the ball just came down. She thought, oh, let me just have a good kick out in the sky. Bang! Oh, it's in the net. Oh, like we're just like thinking, what's happening here? Like I'm watching playground football or something.
Oh,
It's like
crikey.
it's like how
no,
it just bounced down, and she just thought, all right, let me just kick it in the air.
yeah.
Oh, it's in the
There's
goal.
no way she meant that. Like literally, as you say, it's like the ball's he's back to goal. Nowhere, no, just have no idea what's behind us. She just goes, "Oh, it's in. Okay, I meant that."
Bang! Oh, it's a goal.
And then the defending for the second goal. I mean, it was by the way, I didn't. I still don't get why he singled out Beth Mead when the entire defence has switched off and allowed that space to be there.
I tell you one thing. The second goal, I thought I was watching Mustafi and Socrates again.
It's just like, yeah,
I
it's just meant to
was,
scary.
I was feel like I was watching Mustafi again. I was like, yo, what's going on here? And how she came diving in with a bullet header, where she was like Chris Benoit that header. You know how he used to like do the diving header on the top rope. It
Yeah.
looked like that. It looked like it was WrestleMania 21. Benoit from the top rope. Bang! You know them ones.
Oh, dear.
Man. Like
DVD did their best.
it was honestly it I don't know what to think. Like, to be honest, it's like our teams has been a shambles so far this season, but we need to improve now. And I think you know what, it is a big call. It was a big call to make, but we
Well,
need something.
I saw you amongst other fans on a video clip that I can't remember, Optus basically together a load of fans and basically asking a question after the game, and pretty much everyone in unison said it's time for Jonas to go.
Where's this?
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that, Ryan.
Yeah, Optus or whatever it was.
Yeah, the Australia. Sam is sorry for your name now, but is the Australian, I think, or South African Premier League channel, I think, if I'm correct,
Is it on YouTube or is it on?
on Instagram as well.
It's on social media as well, not Twitter and all that.
No, I'm gonna look still.
But basically, yeah, as you said, obviously you popped up, a few others as well, and yeah. So the vibe pretty much was he had to go. That time was now, like it was now or never, to pretty much salvage our season. Really, it's pretty damning how bad it was under Jonas in the back end of his time. After 4 games in the league, that we're saying he needs to go to save the season.
Oh yeah, I found myself. I've just seen it on yeah, I've just seen it.
Yeah, speaks enough.
Yeah.
Speaks volumes, Sam. Speaks volumes.
I'll just see myself. No way. I'm sorry. I'm just amazed by it. It's just like you know what it was like. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was like it was good fun, very good fun on Saturday. I'm not gonna lie. It was a good time out. But we scored that one goal. It just felt like I felt like we were gonna end up winning it. Like I just thought I decided. I was thinking, you know what, we might actually come back from this. But in the second half, oh my god,
He wasn't our day. The post, the crossbar.
oh, you know what it is. Yeah, it's like, how do I say it? Like I sat next to one person and I told him this is what it felt like the game, and she found it funny that I said this, and I go, it's true. It's like setting up your guy with setting your one guy friend up with so many different girls, and he can't even pull one of them. He can't even take one of them on a date.
Are you sure you didn't sit next to me, Sam? I think you sat next to me, if I'm correctly speaking. No.
Huh?
I think you sat probably next to me in same end as me on Saturday, no?
Nah. I sat on block 14.
Okay,
Second row.
I'll block 3, I think. Pardon me. That's why.
On
Pardon
the
me.
other side, so yeah, he's on the other side of the.
Yeah, I
the
was like,
brass.
Jonas was like this for me. He was like, just there, just here. Fuck's sake. So we can swear by this time. You can swear as well. Just Ryan will tell you. You can swear if you wish.
Nah,
Yeah, past what was said now.
I tell you one thing, Bez. Right? I tell you one thing that you would not believe. I went to Villa Women, Arsenal Women about 3 years ago, and I met all the players there. And throughout the whole 90 minutes, the only Arsenal fan you could hear singing was me, and I was the loudest. And at the end, right, the steward came up to me and was like to me, "You know what? Of all the Arsenal fans I've seen today, came and shook my hands. And you were one of the most passionate. I thought he was gonna kick me out." He was like to me, "Cool, you're the loudest one I could hear throughout the whole stadium. The whole stadium is full of Villa fans, and you got some Arsenal fans, but you're the loudest. Like no one else. No, there's like no one else here. It's as if it's just you here just chatting them on." I'm like, what else can I say? I mean,
Fair enough.
to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. It was good fun, and you know what? The Emirates, playing at the Emirates for the women as well, it kind of gives them a good factor, because not everybody can afford to go to the Emirates. Let's be honest.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like match going fans, not everybody can afford a chance to go to watch the Emirates to watch a game of football. And the women's game is like the closest thing you can actually get.
Yeah, there's no balance involved either. It was even better. And it's what was it? You said 12 quid for your ticket as well.
Yeah, it was like £12. I sat there. It was like £12. I was like, well,
London Derby, why not? I'm off to London again.
why not? Especially, I heard that the North London Derby, I think it's at the Spurs ground. It's on the 16th of November, a Saturday, and it's a 1:45 kickoff.
Yeah.
It's a Saturday. I might actually go to the North. You know what? Because
If we get in there in one piece, yeah.
Yeah. I swear, if we actually win in North London, yeah, you best believe I'm gonna be walking around the whole of Tottenham, just running around. Good, North London is red. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that actually would be funny, but yeah.
But yeah, what did he make in the news as well this morning about Jonas resigning and basically jumping before he got pushed? Basically,
Jumping ship, man. He's jumping ship.
Bez, what did you think though? I was like, what was your honest opinion?
I mean, look, Ryan's had me for almost an hour. Okay, I won't keep this long because I already spoke enough highly of it. To be honest with you, I first and foremost call him the pantomime villain who clearly did a chicken dance and said, "You know what? Just before the game tomorrow, I'm gonna leave and be a bitch about it and just run away like he done, and he's out of here. Good riddance." Does that help?
Yeah, that's perfect. Ryan, what did you think of it?
like I said, I said when I literally saw it confirmed on Twitter and all that, I was like, "Yep." And I actually celebrated like we scored the Champions League winning final goal. I was that relieved and happy that he'd got, because the longer it was going on, it was taking the enjoyment and the excitement of the game away from me, because I was just like, I know what's coming. I know there's nothing. He's not going to do anything different. The same players are going to play. The same players are not going to play. He's brought in a player from it's Swedish as well in terms of Rosa. And refusing to play it, basically. Some of us, I don't know what she's done, but he just turned on her like that. And I'm just relieved it's done. It's out the way that he's gone. And for me, I think I keep saying it. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face until I'm told different. The way the Vivian Miedemar situation was handled by him was he's now in the coffin from the player point of view. Because it's all well and good. They're saying, "Oh yeah, we both agreed months in advance that it was time to be moved on, and this, that, and the other." The players that have stayed tell us different.
Yeah.
Like, how do I say it? Yeah. Again.
I think your mic's gone a bit.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's gone completely
A
like.
bit underwater. He's on a bit underwater, right?
Yeah,
Relax,
yeah,
Jonas. Sinking ship.
Is it
The
working
sinking ship, buddy.
Let me try. That's it.
There you go.
Can you hear me?
That's better. It's on that Darth Vader's in town.
Fabulous. Yes. Now, so basically, what I was gonna kind of say was that the football went stale. Um, it showed that the board have, you know, they have a lot of guts. You know what I mean? Like you want to do well for a football club. It doesn't matter how successful a coach is. But he wasn't even successful, to be honest. He just won. He's just basically the Swedish Ten Hag. You know them way there, like bro. He's basically
He even said
the
it.
women's
Jesus Christ said
version of
it.
Ten Hag. So basically, he's just won a couple of cups, and people are like, yeah, this guy's gonna lead us to the future. I don't really see what he's actually done. I mean, he's bottled the league, to be honest. You know,
Yeah, first season.
yeah, to be honest, he has bottled the league. I think what we need to do is get like a proper get experienced coaching, someone that's actually gone and won things. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want Southgate, don't get me wrong. Like I get I don't want him. Like
Guardiola. Sorry, Sam.
bro,
Guardiola. Why not?
Fucking hell.
I'd happily take that. You know what? Yeah, if Guardiola wants a proper challenge here, he should coach the Arsenal women's team. And if he can win Arsenal women, the Women's Super League, and he can go on and win a Champions League, then you know what? I'll put it on the table that he's better than Jose Mourinho. Until then, I think Mourinho's better than Guardiola.
Respect. You remember he said respect.
Get Lee Carsley in. Nah, bro. I'd rather
Phil
Serena
Neville.
Weigman, bro. I'm not having no Lee Carsley on my team, bro. I swear Lee Carsley a couple of years ago injured one of the Everton players. I think I
Probably.
remember. I just remember watching Match of the Day and I think but yeah.
Oh, they all got Alan Pardew again. Really, you're an Arsenal fan. We're desperate. We ain't that desperate. Jesus Christ!
Well, it's funny. Chicken
One name
dogs. He
has
did
been
the cup final.
But one name that has been bandied about is ex-Gooner herself, Casey Stoney, who was coincidentally at the game on Sunday with her family on behalf of the club.
And Emma was there too. Sorry, Ryan. Emma was there. Emma Hayes was there. On
Emma
Sunday.
Hayes was there too, along with Vic Akers elsewhere,
Yeah.
part of the stadium as well.
Bloody hell, man.
And also there, Edu and club lawyer Tim Lewis. So the writing was on the wall. It was coming at some point. If Eddie's turning up with the club lawyer, you know you're in trouble. But no, Casey Stoney, what are we thinking of an ex-Gooner? Do you think that'd be a good move? He's got WSL experience with United. He's done a stint over in America.
I'd rather Casey the Rock instead of Casey Stoney, bro. You know, like that. Big Sam for Arsenal women team. If you're on about me, yeah, of course, I'll coach the women's team. I'll tell you something straight. The next game against is it Valerenga? I'd have us winning 5-0. I'd get Mido scoring a hat trick, and then everyone be looking at me going, "No, you're the coach for me." No, I'll do that.
Big Sam, the job. Big Sam, the Arsenal women legend.
Yeah, there's quite a few managers that are available.
Yeah.
I would have taken Thomas Tuchel, and now he's joined England.
Yeah, I nearly forgot. Louis van Gaal's army.
The one reason I love Louis van Gaal is basically the reason why we signed Jurien Timber. He basically told every single Dutch player in the Dutch national team, do not sign for Man United. If you want to go to the Premier League, play for Liverpool or play for Arsenal. Don't play for Man United.
Oh God. Hey, what if you're Brazilian, right? In terms of Anthony, does his fidget spinner business?
That's okay. Coaching United, perfect there.
Yeah,
Just perfect. You're fit right in with your ego.
Man, I'm talking about the Ryan. Sorry, Sam. I'm talking about the men's again at some point. I feel to talk about the ladies a lot lately myself.
No, that's all right. As I say, we mentioned Thomas Tuchel's been mentioned.
Timmy Tickle, they got that Timmy Tickle. I heard in my group saying someone said Timmy Tickle or Timmy
Tickle from George refers to him as Timmy Tickle. Yeah,
I love George, man. Fucking hell, George for a blind man as he is, bless him. But he talks so much fucking jokes, and realistically, he sees more sense than fucking Jonas does, man.
Exactly. But yeah, the big news tonight, in terms of outside of the Arsenal, is we have a New England manager, and he's German, That's going to go down well.
Nine. What is das, Ryan? What is? I'm not German. You know, I'm not German, right? But I know some
I
words.
know
you
that.
do. What is
Look.
das?
You know what's going to happen in the World Cup, by the way? England v
Tell me.
Germany, either group stages or the first knockout round or the final. It's going to be set up for that. We know it's coming.
I swear to God, I just picture myself being in a German movie. That's why I was full of German words to throw them to you right now. Bloody hell.
But yeah, Sam, we'll go to you first. What have you made? What you make of that announcement? Thomas Tuchel, Champions League winner of Chelsea.
Well, England have never won anything in Europe, and well, I mean, I don't mean English clubs. I mean England, the national side. They've never won the European trophy.
Cup
They never won the
itself, yeah.
Euros. So I think that Tuchel, obviously being a Champions League winner, will be really good. I mean, I'm not going to be disrespectful here, and I'm going to be honest. And this is with me from the bottom of my heart. In the current modern day, no English coach has won the Premier League because they're
Ever.
not good enough.
No.
No English coach has won the Champions League because simply they're not good enough. The winners that have won those type of trophies have been Italian coaches, Ancelotti, Spanish Guardiola, and what's his Luis Enrique, what's his name, Mourinho, Portuguese,
Yeah.
yeah. So and also a German in Tuchel and Klopp, and you look at England and you really want to say that if we want to be up there, we have to make a lot of different changes. And I feel like Tuchel will make a lot of changes to the England national team. And the one thing I've always been a massive fan of, and you'll see me retweeting this guy's posts, is English players going abroad to foreign leagues and trying things out. And I feel like Tuchel will kind of push that because you look at the Italian players now, they're not afraid to leave the Serie A to join other leagues. Like Calafiori, I would have thought would have signed for Juventus. I really thought that him signing for us was just smoke for Juventus to come in and with a big deal. But Bologna said it from the beginning: we will not sell you to Juventus. We will sell you abroad. It's either abroad or you're staying at the club. And he always wanted to come to the Gunners, so that's number one. You have Federico Chiesa, who joined Liverpool. Someone that you didn't think would ever leave Italy, but as soon as the Liverpool offer came in, bang, he was gone. I look at a lot of the German players, the top class German players. They don't all play in the in the Bundesliga. They've left the Bundesliga. They went to La Liga. They've gone to the French league. Some of them have come to the Premier League. Same with the Spanish players. Like as much as we don't like Rodri, as much as we say what we want about Rodri and whatever, he left La Liga to come to the Premier League, and that's made a massive difference. And I feel like now I don't want to take too much of your time, and I want Bez and Ryan, I want your guys' thoughts as well as mine. So yeah, I think like Tuchel, if he kind of like tells these players, look, the Premier League is not good enough for you. That if you play at a big six club and you don't do well there, your career is just going to drop off. So while you're doing well for the club that you're playing for, don't go to any of the big six. If a big European club comes in for you, jump ship there. So yeah.
I mean, like saying to us, Jude left Birmingham City with like championship. He jumped to Dortmund. And we've seen Jadon Sancho from the academy of Man City go to Dortmund to get his feet under. I get what you're saying because I think Smith Rowe and Reece get sent out to Germany.
Hanover, I think it's Hanover or something, right?
No. Reece Nelson was at Leipzig. Smith Rowe was at Leipzig, and Reece Nelson was at Hoffenheim.
That's
And
it,
And you know what the funny thing was? That Reece Nelson at Hoffenheim was much better than Sancho was at Dortmund that season.
Yeah.
It's
hit the ground running.
funnily true.
He actually pulled up so many trees in the Hoffenheim. Week on week, I remember seeing reports of in goals or assists or just in general his performances. I think it's good to go outside your native country, go abroad, play a trade elsewhere, learn new things that you wouldn't learn particularly in England. And it toughens you up a bit. It gets you, and obviously when it comes to the Euros and World Cups, you're not caught off guard by what comes from the other countries and things like that. So it's something, I think it's something to do. Obviously, Jude could be a good example of that because obviously, I say left his boyhood club, went to Dortmund, now playing for one of the biggest club in the world, in Real Madrid. It's just done the others as well. We might see Ben White get called up now because Ben White will see the FA have actually risen the standard from Southgate and Holland. I might be interested to come back now because I think that's the thing with Ben. He's very, well, as we're hearing, he was very. You notice a drop in standard in terms of from what he was doing with Arteta at Arsenal at the time, going into that World Cup, and then being dumbed down basically in terms of tactics from Steve Holland. He wasn't having it. He just spoke his mind. He wasn't having it, and it caused the chaos it caused. So as long as we don't bring Steve Holland into the setup, we'll be okay, hopefully. And maybe Ben might be interested in coming back into stuff of knowing that the actual setup is a more of the level where he's playing at club-wise. But Bez, what do you think?
I personally will echo what you're saying right now. For me, I'm a big fan of Ben White. He will simply be fit into that right-hand side for England like a glove because you already see England is missing that missing link, Left side is already covered. We know already Trent, sadly, as much as I can't his arrogance when he plays for Liverpool, him as an England player, I adore him. He's free. I just watched the highlights 3 hours back as well because I didn't watch it last night and when the game was on. He looked lively, He looked strong, And also as well, without me drifting away from other players right now, but Benny White, you can already see. I believe if he plays for England, he will give another secondary boost because you only see when he plays for us. When we signed him, as you know, people were going crazy. Who's this guy? Who you pay £50 million for? Why do you pay so much for him? I mean, we're reaping the rewards, mate. I want to say this stupid media / pundits, which is a big list of it, as you know. For England, sadly, I'll say, they need someone on the right hand side who knows the game as a footballer. As he says himself, he doesn't watch football, but doesn't mean nothing. Like I, for one, can say to you, if you throw me to play rounders, yes, I don't watch cricket, but I can play some rounders. Why not? Or basketball, whatever, or tennis. Well, tennis I do watch, sadly, but, On the flip side of the coin, I do echo what Sam is saying as well. Some players out there who clearly don't need to be fitted into the top 6 category, go somewhere else. Go to a different country. Jude Bellingham, as you said. Prime example, what's another one out there, as we know? There's so many...
Until he went to United, Jadon Sancho.
Well, yeah, now he plays for Chelsea on loan, sadly. Yeah, you can see it for United. He's just in click. Apparently, people are saying he's got temperament, he's got attitude, he's got all this, blah blah blah. My friend, that doesn't seem to be happening at Chelsea. When he played now for Chelsea, no one said anything bad about Sancho.
Also, last season when he went back for the last 6 months of last season to Dortmund, they actually wanted to buy him back after that deal was done, but United were asking for 2 months apparently at the time.
Oh, come on. See, this is what makes me sad, though. You tell me right now, as a football fan as well, like, there's so many critics out there. As you know, there's too many critics out there. Even football fans, we make noise. Yes, we make noise, but we speak from the passion side of things. Not like we technically get paid to speak bull crap, and some media outlets, and as you know, in this day and age, I'm not just saying England, even there's other media outlets. I think, for example, Mbappe, who clearly was supposed to play for France, apparently was sick to nurse an injury because Real Madrid told to back him off. And now apparently he was in a nightclub. And I'm thinking, well, that's not his choice. I'm sure they told him, stay to one side, hide. But what the man does is puts a mask on, goes to the nightclub. His team still wins. I know he's the record goal scorer. Yes, he played for Real Madrid. He's not clicking to gear yet. But also part of me think the way he left PSG was kind of rough in those parts.
Yeah.
But for us, at least, right now, I can see as well as a setup, and as you say earlier as well, Thomas Tuchel is not a bad manager in terms of example-wise for England, as Sam said. He's a winner, sadly. Yes, he didn't have a great time at Bayern, despite Chelsea, as being Chelsea, because I can talk all day about Chelsea right now, and I can make maybe a book about it if you want me to. As you know, the family supports Chelsea as well on the side, which is my cousins. Sadly, I try and put that difference to the side when it comes into the family. But I think one thing is with England, maybe it will work out well. I don't want it to happen, sadly, for myself. But he's known to lose his dressing room, as we know, this time.
Mm.
One thing I do know as well, I hope he has some decent coaches who understand players where they're coming from. Not like just have them, use them, basically destroy them, and then send back to the club to say, you know what, I'm done with you. As a certain Jonas, from under the bus, I'm done with you. I give up with you. I'm totally done. And I hope I keep saying Jonas. First, I need to move on now. Thomas, I know it's going to be like Thomas. Jonas sounds the same in my head. I know. I'm going to say that Thomas, if he hopefully and for his own benefit gets the job, learn your lesson. The way he had his tenure at Chelsea. Yes, he won the Champions League the way he did. And I know Kai Havertz scored the win, as we know, the one and only. And the way Bayern as well, because I watched that thing before when the signing Harry Kane, when he was all welcoming, all happy, all gleeful and stuff. He needs to remember as well, he's not the only one who's just important. There's players in the club and the nation now. There'll be players out there who clearly will tell him, I can do this. I can dictate this part of the pitch. Again, I said to you earlier, Ryan, and previous podcasts. Please give me some freedom to dictate with this movement. For example, Saka, if you don't play in preferred position, he sadly will struggle. And we've seen that time and time again. But Saka, knowing that he's got resilience now, he's got a coach, he's got a fan base / family who'll back him up all the step of the way. Yes, we'll back him up. But he needs a coach now in the England setup to trust his ability to go another dimension. Salary of Ferdinand, again, I'm going to reference something here tonight. Whether you call him world class or not, that man will still be world class. Because he's smart, he's intelligent, he gets his head down, or keeps his head up, I should say as well. When the going gets tough, the man has learned to be a strong character, to be able to lead the team. Even you saw against PSG, he was the captain. He literally led that fluidity of attacking forward line really well. Yet you have no one hardly spoke about it, especially TNT Sports. I'm sorry if I say any outlet, Ryan, but clearly they hardly mentioned that. He played well as a captain. Next thing you know, no says nothing. But there's days he has an off day. Oh, he's not world class. He's not up there. He's not this. He's not that. Bish bosh. I'm thinking, man, give the guy a break. The Arsenal AFC / right now, sorry if I go off the ladies if I have to, but AFC football club and English setup does not evolve around one player / one man team. It's a whole man squad and women's sadly. But for me, right now, this media surely needs to be monetized to be telling them, surely pipe down a bit. Let them perform. Don't pressurize them. Let them do their thing. As you saw the example with Spain, as Sam just mentioned, Rodri came to England, as much as I despise him. As a footballer, I'll say I like him. As a person, maybe not so much, because I said to you enough. You saw my rounds back event last season, and I'll go into it again at some point. I know karma sad is a bitch because it came to bite him at the end. Harden included as well. Be humble. What happened the other night? They got smashed 5-1. No way. Sorry, no way, fans. Nothing against you. Nothing against your nation. But your leading superstar, apart from Odegaard, needs to learn to be a bit humble himself. I'm sorry. You tell me, Ron, as a football fan, you think you're the top of the world. You will come crash you down again. There'll be a time all that cloud you just build up, all that tower you build up, will come tumbling down again. But one thing I see as well, the England players, all they need is a manager who will get them, who will divide time for them, who will make time for them. The manager needs to understand this. It will not be all about him, surely. And the squad will need some when I say this to you, they need some understanding that during the hard times, they need someone to back them up. I'm sorry, Southgate has something in him, but something told me near the end, especially the Euro 2020, you can see the dressing was just gone because you already see that, okay, they lost the cup final, the Euros, they lost it. But something that told me he didn't learn his lesson. Yes, 2018 World Cup was quite good. 2020 Euros was decent. The World Cup, fair enough, is France. France is slightly better than England on paper, sadly. Then come this Euros again. I'm thinking, Gareth, surely you've had like 4 or 5, tournaments. One where you learn. sadly, he didn't. You know, without keeping this too long, I just felt like this squad. You can see already. He had Watkins, didn't utilize him. He had Palmer. Palmer had one of his best seasons ever. Well, had unfortunately, he didn't utilize him. Again, the players out there, I felt that he could have utilized more than Harry Kane. And as well, Harry Kane as a captain, as you see yourself, Ryan, and other people who see this, for me, as a adopted country England is, for me, don't see Harry Kane as a captain any longer. He doesn't offer as much. Yes, he can play his country, but there must be a leader out there who tells this unit of players, I can run the show, providing you're my side, the good time and the bad time. Let's, as you said to you earlier, let's load the cannon, fire the cannon, but it's gunpowder. Without the gunpowder, again, even the England setup will not be the fire cannon. For me, sadly, it needs a lot of, what can I say, a little tinkering without getting this, you need some polishing,
Yeah. Yeah, because
What do I say? Sorry, what do I say?
No, it's fine. I'm just reading for the comments. Got Gav, Chelsea fan Gav's in the chat saying Jonas should have stayed.
Really?
Sure.
Really? Really, Gav? Come on now. We got. Come on.
I think Gav went out drinking last night, and I think that's why he's just typed that.
I forgive him. I forgive him.
I think Gav might have had one too many, just to get over his sorrows.
Hello, BX, the worst Mount when Tuchel needs him.
Mason Mount, fantastic player, don't you think? So, I like Mason Mount. He went all the way to Manchester, but he's not
I want Ollie Watkins at Arsenal. Even on Arsenal, I want Ollie Watkins badly at Arsenal. You don't realise.
Yeah, he's a fellow gunner.
Yeah.
I want him. I want to play like him at Arsenal. I want to play like him at Arsenal.
Can't be goodness says Tuchel's record in knockout cup competitions is pretty decent. Well, showed it at Chelsea. Well, if he can win the Champions League with that squad, he can do something nice.
Miracles. Hey, does he have the golden ticket though? Like Willy Wonka?
He's got in terms of personnel. He's got the personnel. He's just got to pick the players for the formation that he wants to play and the style he wants to play, and stick with it. And like you say about Harry Kane, I know obviously he managed Harry Kane last season, so at Bayern. But I would first thing I'd do if I was him. It might upset Harry, but I don't care. Pick a new captain. That's going to take us as a captain, not just to the next World Cup, but the Euros and the World Cups going forward beyond the next 3 or 4 tournaments. Because Harry Kane, like it or not, he's got to retire at some point. I don't see him surviving. If he survives to the World Cup, okay, but beyond that, that would probably be his last one. So, and also use this year and a half now for the next, year and a half, to bring a new striker in, be it Ollie Watkins, or if you want the reject from Bournemouth that's playing at Tottenham for this at the moment, you want him to be your main striker, but you pick one of them two for your future and make them your number one striker. You have Harry Kane as a squad player, as for the experience initially, just phase him out. Because what's going on?
Is that me or you guys? I just got a new charger. Sorry.
It's not me. Going by Sam's place, it's not Sam either.
Only why I got this because my power bank. I promise, right? Nothing else dodgy here. Sam, is it you, Sam? I am from Green Eggs and Ham.
Who knows? What happened? Was it sound?
Interference in the radio
Interference.
waves. I think Gareth Sailgate heard his name. No.
Let me see. Is this thing working? Hello?
Jonas, can you hear us? Jonas, can you hear us?
Hello. Jonas Eidval! Yeah! Vince McMahon style.
You should show Sam that video, by the way, Ryan, while we have some time, because that video speaks volumes near the end.
What the one I showed earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 second.
So I don't have Sam in my Twitter, but that video speaks volumes. And I'll follow you, Sam. I guess you want to follow you. I'll follow you
Yes,
as
I've
well.
got it, yeah.
Of course.
Right, just bear with me a second.
It's just the way it is, Ryan. You can see already, without giving too much away for Sam, but you can just see already the whole huddle just feels off. But anyway, I'll let Sam make his own opinion on it as well.
That's better. I saw that and I was like, you know what, it's
But yeah, as we said, it speaks volumes. I mean, Sam said he's seen it, but yeah, I mean, going back, we're talking about England. I'm surprised they've gone for Tommy Tuchel because, like as we mentioned in the chat, he's not exactly what they usually go for in terms of a yes man. I mean, just going by the fact he got sacked by Chelsea for not being a yes man and go and get, okay, I'll take Ronaldo and play an extra man in the pitch as well. I mean, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, it would be mental if he does come in and it's of all nationalities, it has to be it would have to be a German with the history we have with Germany that comes along and brings us success.
Might work.
It might work. I'm all for it. Again, I said for the last year or so, year and a half, I've been calling for Southgate's head. If and when it does go, it needs to be. We haven't got a good enough English manager. Like Sam said earlier, the English managers we've got, they're good, but they're not good enough to make the step up. They're doing okay jobs at okay clubs. Eddie Howe is doing an okayish job at Newcastle when they're trying to get themselves to the top, but he's doing an okay mediocre job. Graham Potter hasn't worked since bloody Chelsea. He had the opportunity to go to Holland and work with Ajax. He went no. So that tells me he's not ready for an England job. And that's the damn indictment. And I'm all for it. I mean, I'm not one of these that goes, it has to be an Englishman. It has to be an Englishman for an English job. No. If there's better people out there that are from abroad, go and get them. I'd rather try it out of them. Yes, it could have worked with Spain, and Capello was just wrong place, wrong time. Capello just not get it twisted.
He's too stubborn, Capello. Rest in peace, yes, Sven for me. I remember Sven, sorry, Ryan, but Capello for me was too stubborn as a man.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time for what he was asked for what he was asked to do. Wrong player, wrong manager. Sorry.
No, wrong players too. Don't forget as well. He had the chances. You can already see in that time, in that period, England was literally going for a transition. Yes, the late Sven's tenure was not the best. Let's put it this way. Nothing against Sven, because Sven did his thing and me growing up in this country.
Oh yeah,
and I'll say this right now. Yeah,
I've always praised Ben for the job he did.
Same.
Even though he never got us beyond after Chelsea semi-final, whatever. He sort of underachieved in that sense, but that's down to the players as well. But he still did a decent enough job. It's Steve McLaren that fucked things up straight from the off and went, right, you're not playing, you're a kid, you're back in the under 21s, I'm not going to touch you ever again. I'm desperate now you're back in and you're trying to save my career. McLaren from the get-go was a mistake. And that completely, everything that Spen had built over the 4 or 5 years he'd been at the England boss, he capitulated in under 18 months. And then you're asking Fabio Capello to come in and fix all the issues McLaren did.
Exactly. Predecessor, and then what left over off it was bad. And I'll tell you one notice as well. Steve McLaren came to a club like Middlesbrough. Yes, he was a coach at Middlesbrough, as we know what he did. He was a coach at United a couple of years back. He did this, he did that. Now he obviously managed Jamaica, fair enough. Sorry, this button again. I don't know where it's coming from. Again. One thing I'll say is Ryan touching on McLaren. I remember around the 07, 08, he looked like Jonas this period, like he just didn't know what to do with his own sets of players. I just felt like, man, you got given a great group. You got the Lampards, you got the Gerrards, you got Ashley Cole, you got
Wayne Rooney.
Hey, exactly. I mean, he's top of his game. Wayne Rooney at that period was literally house on fire, no?
Mm.
And I, for one, growing up at that period as a football fan, even not just as a sorry, this buzzing has got my head in as well, man. It's definitely not me, I promise. Somehow, somewhere felt in me, even at the Croatia game, you can already see please, nothing against Scott Carson, but why him? Why would you pick someone who's barely played for England? Nothing against you, Scott Carson. Nothing against you, but I'm not attacking you. But I'm attacking a manager who played you against a decent Croatia team at the time who looked dangerous. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. We'll find out what he says. One sec.
It's just this buzzing is getting through my brain like a Darth Vader's voice box.
Yeah, I know it's coming. I know where it's coming from now. I found out who it's coming from. It's fine.
Okay.
While you're talking, I've muted that person, and then when they come back in, yeah.
Good. You can eject them out like Jonas. Good. Yes, I was just saying. So yeah, I'm glad you brought this up because now I can talk about the England a bit since obviously my adopted land, without me obviously attacking certain groups of players. But I just felt at the time, Sven had built something from that period. You can already see. The bricks were stuck so well for and he said Gareth for Steve McLaren. The bricks were already set up so beautifully well to build it literally something special in that squad. At least look, make that Euros. Because that Euro you saw already yourself. The smaller teams did pretty well. And you know yourself, that little Russian or Shabin sadly stole the show that Euro for me. But I, for one, as a football fan, I saw that this English setup had the backbone, had the setup to reach maybe new heights. But yet a certain man decides to let it out and just lose faith in his own self. You know, need to have self-belief. And don't remind me about that Broly when he put the Broly out, you know, and then he's like carrying the umbrella as he did. And then, you know, his successor sadly could do nothing about it. Too many characters in the squad, as you know. I'm sure you've seen some of the documentaries of Capello, if I'm correctly speaking. Or they may be, let's say, I think the David Beckham documentary, which was on Netflix, funny enough. David Beckham did nothing wrong, even though him and Capello had a bit of running in the Real Madrid stages, as you know, that in his tenure. I, for one, saw something, even growing up now, seeing it back, reflecting back. I saw in Capello that, yes, he learned English very well to speak when he did, but something told me as well, the man was just scared to make a proper decision. Will it be the right one or wrong one? He just went for it, Ryan. He just was like, you tell me right now. He can see a certain Stevie Gerrard does not play well with Lampard sadly well. Play someone else. Yes, you played certain players in the friendlies. You didn't utilize them. And then obviously it was I think the Brazil game in 07, if I'm correct, it was in Germany, one of them, Brazil, Germany, just when the reopening of Wembley happened. And for some reason, that told me as well, that man made some changes, didn't utilize them the next game. He just didn't learn his lesson. I was like, come on now. You found the solution?
Yeah, no, he's having connection. He's having issues ease in, so he's going to tap out for the night. It's getting late ease in, but yeah.
What do I say anyway? What do I say about that? A lot to say about that tenure as well, about the England managers.
No, it's just never been right. And yes, Southgate did a decent, okayish job. He brought back the feel good factor, got us to semi-finals and a couple of finals, but with the squad he had in the end, like Chris mentioned, the changeover was needed now more than ever. Just to not have another golden generation of players like we had with the back end of Spence time going into because of what McLaren did in the end go to waste. And hopefully someone like Tuchel can come in with the we've been able to manage. And it's got to be different for Tuchel in the sense of this is going to be literally him going to every Premier League, going up and down the country. He's not going to be working day in, day out with the players. It's going to be different for him, different environment. But if he can transfer the record he has in the cup competitions from a club point of view to the international side of things, we could pull us something in the USA / Canada / Mexico. Even though the final was in the USA, but you know what I'm saying, because you've got to include all three because they are jointly hosting the next World Cup
Sure.
in 2026. And also, I think it'll be, in terms of this contract, we don't know how long the contract is, but you would assume it would be a tournament by tournament situation. Like, well, you're in charge into the next World Cup. If you do well, obviously we'll extend it, or before that tournament gets underway, this, that, and the other, we can extend it. Looking to extend, do this, do that. Just play tournament. Don't do this. We're going to give you a 4 or 5 year contract and bleed you into multiple tournaments. If it doesn't work out, we're going to give you a massive payout if you don't want to take it tournament. And look, what's the worst that can happen at the moment? It can't. Surely with this squad of players, if Southgate can get if Southgate in general can get anyone to a Euro final or back to back or World Cup semi-finals respectively, if he can fucking do it, Thomas Tuchel should be able to do it with this squad he's inherited. Let's be honest. He hasn't got much to change. He's just got, for me, new captain, whoever that may be for the long term. New captain, and that picky striker. I know he's worked with Harry Kane, so he's going to have that immediate connection with Harry because obviously he's worked with him recently. But for the long term, pick who your striker's going to be for the long term. Don't go by the emotions of Harry. You've worked with him and all that. And the goalkeepers, pick your goalkeeper, and
please,
and reach at the Ben. Reach at the Ben. See if he'll be interested. Even if it's out, you reach out and say, "Come to the next international camp. The next international camp in November, whenever it is, or March, or whatever it is. The next one is. Come see what we're all about. See what we are doing and what we want to do." And then come back to us at the end of it and give us some feedback, and we'll work with you. If you want to come back after that, you can. If not, we've tried. At least try, for fuck's sake. Don't just go by the history of Southgate and the idiot of the assistant Steve Holland.
No, please.
But yeah, before we wrap things up, Cantry says David Raya keeps another clean sheet for Spain. Is he number one for Spain now, or is he just playing because?
I think they alternate, which is good.
Oh, they alternate
Spain
now. Okay. I was going to say, Moreno looked good early first half and 2 decent chances. Okay, that's cool. That's good. And he's come back. Both coming back in 3-3. Touch wood. Hopefully, in terms of the Martinelli situation as well. Hopefully, that's just Arsenal doing dark art things and saying, but yeah, pretend you've got an issue. You've got to have an MRI scan and things like that. But it comes Saturday, ta-da! Personally, in terms of Saka, I will say this: I know Steve Carr's in all that are giving him the all clear, and I don't care what Arteta says as well. It's Bournemouth on Saturday. As much as we would like to see him, we've got a big game the following week against Liverpool. I'd rather rest Saka this weekend ahead of the following weekend, if I'm being brutally honest, because it'd be our bloody luck that we'll play Saka on Saturday. He'll get injured and we're fat for the following week.
That would not be fun, would it now?
Odegaard's back, but Saka's out. No. Oh, I loved it though. I loved the meltdowns. This is one thing about international breaks. So you take a step back, it's international break, and you've got a so-called Arsenal fan / reporter going on X, whatever his name, Marbles or whatever. Con's in the fucking name for crying out loud. There's a clue there. Con Marbles, whatever his name was or is. There's been a setback with Odegaard. He's going to be out till December now. It's the end of the world. And he was the only person reporting it, and people lost their minds over it. And I'm like, he's the only person reporting this. Literally no No, nothing for David Ornstein or Charles Watt or Fabrizio
Fabio.
Romano, Fabio,
Fabio.
yeah, Fabs. Nothing from them. But you're taking the word of a individual when no one else is backing him up. Okay, cool. And then it turned out to be right, and I turned out to be right in my thinking, and he's just bored and wanted some clicks and tweets and all that himself. The prat. But it's just like, yeah, okay, cool. Oh yeah, if it's really true, we'll hear about it. I was of mindset. If it's true, either we'll get more information from more reliable sources within the media, of Ornsteins with Fabs and all that, or his press conference this week would say there has been we're going to play it by ear, but he wants to look at X, Y, and Z. But that was saved because obviously Sky of all things in the UK, Sky Sports actually went, it's a load of crap basically. This one single person is talking a load of crap. Jesus Christ!
That too, but why is it for the men's round? What I find disappointing is, well, now even the men's fixtures has to be rearranged to fit in within TV times. That really bugs me. How the fact
14
do
games.
this?
Yeah, I'll get the phone now. 14 games between now and New Year have been rearranged now, or into the New
Good
Year.
God,
Actually.
man! Imagine people traveling from Birmingham, from
North
Cornwall,
London,
from
the North London derby in January has now been moved to a midweek at 8:00 kickoff.
it was perfect the way it was. No, it was not right. It was perfect. It was perfect the way it was.
Yeah. The TVs get involved. They have to go their say. Once that.
Why do you do that? I like changes. Changes make people make people feel better. But why make the change and make people look stupid now? That's what they're doing to the fans, especially anyway. And the players, they settle the players now as well. Completely, they settle them. If that's even a word, anyway.
By the way, any Scots out there, you drew 0-0 with Portugal. Well done. You got the results.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean nothing because it's Nations League. It's a glorified.
Where's it? Hey, where's the Jamie Dodger? Where's the Jamie Dodger?
Very quiet for the last few streams. I'll be honest.
Hey, I adore him so much, but sometimes I told him, pipe down, son, pipe down.
So what was it? Arsenal. One sec. I'll get it up now on my phone. But you know what I'm saying? That my point was I'd wait. I wasn't taking one person's word for it. I was happy to wait.
Absolutely. Sorry, Canterbury Gunnar said that perfectly well. We'll not say anything straight off.
Man United game at home is also on a Wednesday night. Yeah, of course.
It was supposed to be the Tuesday, stupid
Yeah.
Premier League. Why do this, man?
And what was meant to be Boxing Day against Ipswich at home. Was it home? I think it is anyway. It's been moved to the 27th now.
Are you serious?
8:15 kickoff on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, because you have to fit around Amazon's schedule. Amazon likes the 8:00 kickoff.
We did it last year as well. We did it last year against West Ham because we went to play West Ham on Boxing Day. They moved it to 20. Was it 27 or 28? They moved it to 28th, I think it was, wasn't it? And then the Fulham New Year's Eve game was moved from the New Year's Day game to a New Year's Eve game.
Oh my God! Everything just
This is last year. I mean.
Yeah, of course, I hear you. It's just shocking.
There we go. That's it. So about 5 hours ago, 8 of our games across December and January have been rescheduled. I'll click on the link.
Oh man.
So yeah, get the full schedule up. So fixture amendments have been confirmed for months of December and January. You can also see updates below. Our game at home to Man United, as we mentioned already, will now kick off at 8:15 and on Wednesday, December 4th. Previously, it was meant to be 8:45 the day before on a Tuesday, December 3rd. But it's now December 4th and will be shown live on Amazon Prime. So as Amazon getting involved there. Fulham v Arsenal will now kick off at 2 p.m. on Sunday, December 8th. Previously meant to be a 3:00 kickoff on a Saturday, the day before, and it will be shown on Sky Sports. Our trip to Selhurst Park against Palace will now kick off at 5:30 kickoff on Saturday the 21st. Previously was meant to be a 3 p.m. kickoff on that day, so it's just moved forward a couple of hours basically on that one. Previously set for Boxing Day, our match at home to Ipswich, so at home, will be now kick off at 8:15 on the Friday, 27th of December, and be shown on Amazon Prime. Brentford versus Arsenal has been moved to New Year's Day at 5:30 p.m. Previously 3 p.m. on the Sunday the 29th. So that's been moved forward to the over 48 hours forward, basically, from when it was meant to be. And that's going to be shown live on TNT Sport on New Year's Day, Brentford v Arsenal. 3 days later, we head to the south coast for a game away to Brighton, which will now kick off at 5:30 on Saturday, the 4th of January. Previously 3 p.m. on that day, and will be shown on Sky Sports. The North London derby at the end, which will now kick off at 8 p.m. on Wednesday, January the 15th. Previously was meant to be a quarter to 8 kickoff on Tuesday the 14th. Will now be shown on TNT Sports. And lastly, Arsenal versus Villa at the Emirates is now a 5:30 kickoff on Saturday the 18th of January. Previously a 3 p.m. kickoff for that day, to be shown on Sky Sports. And that's only the Premier League games. We're not including obviously Champions League and potentially other cups that will be involved as well, League Cups, depending on how far you go. And in January, the FA Cup third round as well to be confirmed, and home or away to be confirmed. And if it's going to be on TV to be confirmed.
I'm just shaking my head. Honestly, I'm just shaking my head.
That's TV. That's the TV company's view. I mean, I remember a couple of years, not last year. Was it last year?
It was last year.
No, I'm trying to think. Liverpool. Was it last year? Last year, Liverpool at Anfield. That TV companies, I know this for a fact, were trying to get that game moved and rescheduled for Christmas Eve itself at 8 o'clock in the evening, where there was going to be no way of getting back for the Arsenal fans back down to London on Christmas Eve. And obviously, because it leaked out, and obviously the logistics of fans will come, but then they can't get back to their families for Christmas. Because obviously, in Christmas Day, there's no service at Christmas Day, which we all know here in the UK in terms of transport-wise. So, how do you explain that one? They obviously U-turn, and they've tried that particular fixture. Whenever that fixture falls around Christmas, Arsenal v Liverpool, Liverpool v Arsenal, they always try for the last 10 years or so, the Premier League, to move it to a Christmas Eve fixture. It always backfires on them.
But Ryan, we know these eventful fixtures, you've got a history behind it as well. There's always entertainment when we play them. But for the life of me, they forget the fans. Okay, the players, they don't seem to care about the players. But care for the fans, you have to travel back and forth. The cold environment. Because sadly, UK winter is not very, so it's not very forgiving. But at the same time, consider the fans, consider people pay to see these games, even live or in person, even more like as well. It's disgusting.
It is. Again, it just shows. For me, it's just Rams home. Even with the pandemic. Apologies about the chair, by the way, for the listeners. It just proves. It just shows that even with the pandemic, having no fans in stadiums for about a year and a half, it was until we were allowed to have fans back in properly. That they learned nothing in terms of the fans make the atmosphere. The fans make the product of what they're trying to sell to us, basically, to the grander public, basically. Not just in the UK, but in the worldwide scheme of things. They've learned nothing. They don't care. As I said, even previous to the pandemic, they were trying these stunts and all that. But hey, until there's a rejig in that department, we're going to have the same issue every bloody year, sadly.
Needs better control, that's what I say.
Yeah. But you know what? We've been going for an hour and 45 minutes nearly. But one sec. Good BX says some good late night games on tonight. South America World Cup qualifiers. USA for next.
Oh man, that'll be nice to watch.
That'll be tasty, yeah.
Quite late for us, BX. Quite late for us, in our time zone.
Yeah. And Canada versus Panama as well. I think the USA Mexico one stands out for obvious reasons.
Yeah, you read my mind.
Hang on. But don't you're saying, was it South American World Cup qualifiers? But USA and Mexico and Canada all hosting the next World Cup.
That's what I'm confused as well. What the hell does that mean now?
So why are you doing? Surely it must be. You sure these are qualifiers and not friendlies, BX? Just qualified friendlies, because host nations aren't meant to qualify. have to qualify. Obviously, the Euros, in terms of the next Euros, it's going to be an up in the air.
Oh God.
Because of the Euros, the next Euros is obviously we're co-hosting with Ireland, Wales, and Scotland, and Northern Ireland, and the Republic of
5
South
nations.
Wales.
Wow. Phew.
So, and they've all normally only three nations can co-host. So, two of the home nations are going to have to qualify. Basically, they'll get a feeling because we're England and we are the stronger nation of the bunch.
I love these bubbles. Sorry, I got a thumbs up.
Yeah,
there from Brandy.
I've just seen that. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Who does this thing? Do the canals do the pop up brandy or you press it?
They're not doing me. I think it's done. I think it's what the guys in the chat, they do it from their end.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's cool.
One time I got some bubbles. I saw, that must be after my birthday, and I told my family, oh, they do the zooms and whatnot. I like bubbles. Where are they coming from? I'm not a West Ham fan.
Yeah, it's friendly. So
Hey, friendlies, come
yeah.
on, BX man, come on,
trying to
don't confuse us.
Yeah, it's confused. South American World Cup guys like, what the? They're all hosting. What the hell?
Me, I was like completely clusterfuck there, you know.
Oh dear. Oh, there we go. One sec. South American teams are playing qualifying matches and USA. Okay, you need to explain a bit like that. Next time, do it like that. You just went. So one
Makes better
qualifying
sense now.
matches, USA v Mexico. It's like the way you said it was like qualifying matches, and these are the ones: USA, Mexico, Canada, Panama. Like, oh fucking hell!
We need to get him on a live video chat with us at some point if he knows all about these stuff more than I do, Thames.
Yeah. Apparently, Donald. I mean, you got Poch. What would you rather, him or
Oh
Poch?
God, Donald Trump.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Pochettino looks interesting for USA, doesn't he?
That's going to be interesting how that goes. Yeah, because obviously obviously the USA gone down the route of we want a big name for the World Cup, basically, and we don't want to be embarrassed and not get out of group stages like South Africa and all that. So that's going to be interesting. He's got what again? That's the World Cup, year and a half to assemble a team that's good enough for he feels is good enough to fit his philosophy.
Now look at the Chelsea, man. He had the Chelsea. There's no excuses anymore.
No, but it's good. Well, there's no excuse. I think the pressure's off him really because he's not. With all due respect to Poch, he's not going to be expected to do much for the USA. Again, with all due respect to the USA, because of the record with the USA, and in terms of the men's side of things, he's not going to be expected to do much with that side of things. But yeah, I think we're going to pretty much covered it all tonight. Just over just 2 hours. Touched on the women's side of things and the big news there. Touched on it. We've also we went rogue for most of the second half of this show, and went international. We've touched on the international side of things because of the big news tonight. Otherwise, it would have just been the Jonas, thank God you're gone show, basically.
A farewell party, yes, exactly.
Yeah, farewell party. Yep.
I don't know, no balloons suddenly or anything poppers to go.
Yeah, we're saved in for one. We're saved in for once we get a full confirmation who whose replacement will be.
True.
I do get a feeling. I think they've got some. They must have someone in mind, but I think we'll get early on in the international break for the women. We'll get that information, that news, hopefully. Because the sooner they employ someone, the better. Because obviously it gives them time that international break for anyone that hasn't gone to work with and get things going. That side of things as well.
Absolutely. Plus, the ladies we can see already, then this needs an injection of self-belief again. I mean, which they have, but this needs someone who trusts them to do their thing.
Hmm.
And it's obvious. You can see it the last 2 games. You've seen it yourself, and I've seen it live. And they need injection of some morale boost because the chemistry is there, but the wrong person at the helm, i.e., the certain villain of the pantomime, as I said earlier. Or pantomime villain. Excuse me, guys, if I said that wrong. The pantomime villain, as he is. But predictions-wise, well, if you want to do any tonight, I can do some. If not, we can.
We do predictions for tomorrow's game because obviously it's tomorrow, so it's the next day. So I'll be here tomorrow doing anything anyway. So assume I can find the game. So yeah, what do you reckon? We're at home, first game after Jonas. Do you think? First off, do you think it'll be a decent-ish turnout because it'll be a midweek game and it's against the lesser team of the bunch?
I would say 4-0, because I know the girls can attack They can do their thing. That's what I say for that right now.
Yeah, I think a message will be. I think this is to be their way of sending a message to our friend Jonas, basically, and yeah, I think a few players in particular will be wanting to have a point to prove and show it was all him. He was holding them back and all that, like you always do when a manager gets sacked, even at men's level. So suddenly the next game, the players, even if you're into random players, just suddenly turn up and go, "Hi, tomorrow's game is live on TNT." Oh, it is. I was looking on YouTube, I couldn't find it. So yes, I can watch it on TNT. Yes, fantastic. I haven't got to play hunting the game because I looked on the Zone's YouTube channel earlier, and all he had up was one game for tomorrow. I was like, what? So thank God it's on another platform I can catch it on.
If it makes you feel any better, anyone watching this too, somehow Viaplay International show Nations League games live on their YouTube channel. Oh, many of them.
Blimey, okay, didn't know
I know.
that.
Literally, you can just go like live. You have the whole box of them lined up on YouTube free of charge. I was like, wow, that's not
Okay,
bad.
that's fair enough. I remember that for the next whenever I don't know when is it?
March. I hate to say it, Ryan. Sorry, at that time of year, but March.
Thank God for that.
And I'll probably remind you. I hope I don't forget, but I'll remind you and the other guys as well to watch it from there. So
yeah. No, what I was going to say is because I'm like, thank God for that, because obviously it means that we can actually get our domestic football back at a proper flow now.
exactly. Time out,
None of this,
UEFA,
yeah,
please. Time out.
none of this. Oh, 4 weeks in international break, another 4 weeks international break. That does my head in.
Exactly. Not FIFA right now, but UEFA needs to sort the shit out for now.
Yeah, too many. Yeah, UEFA personally, in terms of nations, scrap the Nations League. It serves no purpose, and you don't want friendlies. Okay, don't have friendlies then. Just don't cut back on the games there. You've obviously added 20,000 more in the fucking Champions League, so cut back in the international side of things, can you please? Because men and women are getting ACLs left, right, and centre, and I'm not liking it. Because eventually we saw it hit us last year with Timber. It's going to hit us again at some point, and I'm not looking forward to it. There's another one. Canterbury says there's another one in November. Really?
Oh no! Is there? There is one now. I think he's right.
Fuck.
Thanks, Canterbury. I'm trying to deflect it away for a minute.
You killed my hope.
Oh man, that's me thinking. Yeah, March.
In 4 weeks' time, we'd be like, "Yay, more international
man.
football." It's Thomas Tuchel, so I'll give it. Now we've got a full-time manager again. He'll get the first 2 games on the channel. We'll cover, see how it goes, and then we play it from there, basically. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. November.
Fine.
No wonder the Champions League's running until fucking January. Blimey.
Yeah, even that confuses me how they've done this new design or revamp as it is now.
Yeah, it's absolutely mental. But yeah, I'm gonna go for 5-0 win tomorrow for the girls.
Well, I said 4, so yeah.
Yeah, you're going 4. I'm gonna go 5. I think it's gonna be like you're gonna see the likes of Russo, Stina. I think we will see Rosa and Catherine play, get some game time as well tomorrow as well. It's going to be just them proving a point now. The ones that have been playing, that have been held, they believe have been held back, they're going to be like the chains are off, and they're going to have a point to prove. Basically, we've seen it sometime again, and I think we're going to see it tomorrow. And that will then give corners going into next, obviously Sundays against West Ham at Chettle Heath. Yeah, Dagenham. Bloody hell.
East of me, which is up there somewhere.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Oh.
Yeah, just yeah. So yeah, I'm going for 5-0 tomorrow. I think it'd be in terms of turnout for the fan side of things. I think the lower tier will be pretty fullish. You'll get the old empty seat.
There's 40 on Sunday. We had 40 on Sunday. We had 40 of them on Sunday.
And that was a London derby. This is Champions League. That's a team in the group. I'm just thinking maybe you'll get a few, but 20, 30, 50 odd in the middle section, the club level.
Just nothing on the top of nothing up there.
No, I don't think there'll be anyone. I think upper tier will be closed off personally, and everyone will be at most will be in the bottom, in the lower tiers, and only the only empty seats in the LOT will be the away section because of, again, with all due respect, the size of the club. They won't be able to fill the entire away end, so we say. Yeah, I think with especially the news today, I think they may have seen the club itself may have seen an upsurge in ticket sales maybe today, just out of pure spite to Jonas, just to go, he's gone, and now I'm going to go, even though it's an interim, I'm going to go and see the girls and skip behind them in the cold, rainy, probably weather of London, basically. So if that's the case, as I say, I stick by what I said. It'd be an okayish turnout, all things considered. And yeah, as I say, I'll be around for that. That's what, an 8 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. So I'll be at 7:30. I'll go live for the watch along stream. Go for the teams, get all the build up going as we always do. Open on the virtual betting as well for you guys to put your bets on for your first play, after play the score and all that jazz. And yeah, oh, here he is. I mean, I'll give him his due. I'll give this guy his due, buddy. He was in the chat on. He's a Chelsea, as you can tell, he's a Chelsea fan. He was in the chat on Sunday, and actually, even though his team was winning, he was actually fair, and he wasn't taking the piss. He wasn't one of them coming in and going, "Yeah, fuck you," really digging a knife, sticking a knife in. He was actually saying it. He was actually saying how he's happy to take the win in his after full time, but he wasn't impressed with what he saw from his own team that second half. He was a bit concerned, so they say, of how they sort of fell off and allowed us to come on. But as I said at the time, with Chelsea, you can sort of excuse it at the moment because they're going through a transitional period of a new manager, new setup, plus the pressure of your old boss in the stands watching you.
Yeah, she you can see already. She's very menacing from the picture I saw of someone.
I felt sorry for Vic Akers next to her because literally the entire time. Every time that BBC, because you're at the game, but BBC made a point. It felt like every 5 minutes they kept panning to him and Emma in the box, in the director's box, and his face would catch a picture. And I'm just thinking, all that work he did for 3 decades as the women's manager, and all that work he did to build up the reputation, do what he did, and then you got this Swedish meathead and fucking ruining it basically, that game by game. But now the meathead's gone, so we move on now. Obviously,
the Swedish meatball, sadly, I call it.
You say meatball, I say meathead. It's all the same.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying Woody Woodpecker in my head. That's why.
Yeah, Woody Woodpecker. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that thing going up in every time.
National League games are nice. Yeah, thank God they're not on Channel 4. Channel 4 is awful for their club.
Oh, please. Well, thank God you get some decent commentators for a change.
Yeah. We'll say it's Lee Dixon and Sam Matterface for the men, so be interesting what they give to the women. At least have right, actually. You might have Righty will be involved in some capacity for the women's international break.
You know what's funny before we go? I don't know why no one now utilizes Wright as a commentator. He's a good, passionate commentator. No one utilizes him. Now it's not a BBC pundit anymore.
I don't get it either, but he's what is. He got a couple. He obviously got his own podcast we mentioned last week. He got another podcast he's doing with Steph Houghton as well.
Amazing, Ryan. That was amazing. That 2-minute segment was amazing. Just I need to hear his podcast more now, but I got Spotify, but still, my God.
That time in last week as we were about to end, and I came across that, I was like, I couldn't not put it. And even though I didn't know what in terms of what he was saying, I was sort of like sub bits of what the quote bits they took. I could not put it into the actual show because it just added more to the bone, basically, of what we were saying. Basically, it's refreshing to see Ian just come out and say how it was, basically, and how he felt himself about the whole situation, be it the personnel, the players, and how they're being set up, and the tactics, and this and the other. Because he's a South Londoner, but he is one of us. He's another gooner, and he's heavily supported the women's side of things as well for fucking donkey's years.
Yeah,
it's going to hurt him as well, seeing that the club he loves and all that the women's side as well struggling like they have been. But hopefully the Arsenal. How we're going to end this is hopefully the Arsenal, in terms of Edu and the football director on a women's level as well come together. They appoint the right person for the long term that's going to actually turn us around and actually matches the level of the squad in terms of. We've all said the quality of the squad is fantastic. It's been Jonas holding it back, and hopefully you got bring coming in as that step up, like we've seen tonight with the England FA. They had Southgate, did a good enough job, but he hit a scene, and you could see that he'd hit a scene. And he wasn't going to go no further. But the squad itself was amazing in terms of the England squad, and they've now gone and got a manager in Thomas Tuchel who can match that level. If we can do that at Arsenal with this squad and get someone in with that level, matches the team at that level, we can finally maybe start contemplating going forward at some point, actually winning the title again after this will be 6 years after this season. But yeah, Buddy says it'd be good one tomorrow. I'll try and pop in. Yeah, exactly. You come in, we have a laugh. It's nothing. There's no bitterness towards us. As long as you're respectful, we're respectful. We all have a chin wag anyway. And again, we're desperate, but we're not that desperate.
But he says he means Ollie Watkins, right?
I think he means a certain ex-United legend that got sacked.
Oh God, Ollie the Will. Yes, I know who.
Oh dear.
Thanks, BX, for the support.
Thanks, BX. Yep. And with that though, we are going to get ourselves out of here because it's 10:30 at night. We've got our sleep to catch up on. We've got a long day tomorrow. I've got the girls to play.
Yeah, I'll let you be because I've got my weekend as well while working and trying to balance the books off. Men's coming back, thankfully. Thank God for that.
Yeah, bring on Saturday is all I'm going to say. Oh dear. But as I say, we're back tomorrow 7:30. See the girls. Hopefully, the start of things to come in terms of the positive outcomes. See some good football. Hopefully, with Rene, a more harmonious setup. Now a certain meathead's gone, but yeah, we are going to get ourselves, as I say, keep ourselves out and keep rambling on. If you haven't already, though, guys, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Please share the content around as well. The audio for this, if you've missed any of the show, you want to listen to this back, the audio will be up in about half hour, give or take, depending on how long it takes to download, about half hour's time. On all the audio platforms, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all the podcast apps, etc. Give us a check out over there and review us and all that. Give some feedback there as well. Aside from that, though, thanks, obviously, Bez, for another week of giving us some of your time.
Anytime, man.
As I said, last minute, it was in terms of the upbeat side of things because it was. I'll be honest, guys. Before the news came out this morning, I was fully prepared to go in on Jonas, and absolutely, this is going to be a complete rant FC base.
Same.
There was no need for it in the end in terms of the extent of the rants. It was more tamed back because we knew the end is over. That side of things is over. We can move on now. But yeah, see you later, guys. Take care of yourselves and see you tomorrow if you do. As always, though, up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.